joining the journey of exploring your identity. Today's topic is how can you change your identity now? Obviously, it can't happen just right now. You have to work on it. So there is some time that you have to take out from your busy schedule and just dedicate that certain amount of time to your identity change. I mean, you are you, so it shouldn't be a waste of time for you, because it's working on you. So you know, if you say it's a waste of time, then you don't value yourself. You should definitely value yourself. But we're gonna get into that later. Why would you actually change your identity? Like, why would you want to change your identity? Well, obviously, if you're happy with yourself that way that you are, you don't have to. I'm not saying that you have to change your identity. But in my opinion, identity change happens naturally. The factors that play a role in that, I've done a video on that, so I'll link that video. But it happens naturally, meaning that you can't really fight it. Obviously, the extent to which it's going to happen is different. But we evolve, we get older, we have new experiences, so naturally our identity has to shift or change. And it's not a bad thing. In my opinion, it's a really good one, because we can shed some not so pleasant, maybe, parts of our characteristics, like certain characteristics that we're not so proud of. We can work on them, and we can adapt to new, very good qualities for ourselves that help us for our future life and in different life areas as well, like in career, in relationships, meaning social life, or also spending family time, all that. So, first point is that you should think about, you're already watching that video, so it's a good start. And now you have to go further, and after you've watched that video, and don't just forget about that, but if you want to work on it, think about how you define yourself. That's a big one. How do you define yourself? Because a lot of the time we just go around, do our daily routine, and we don't really reflect on what we've done. We just continue doing what we've always done. So it's just like that continuous cycle, and I think you should definitely reflect on your actions and so on, so you learn how you define yourself, so you get an idea of how you view yourself. I mean, you already have subconsciously something, but you should take that subconscious ideas of yourself and consciously analyze them. So you won't just be stuck in certain patterns. That is the reason you should learn to define yourself, because then you can evaluate patterns that you have and also change them if you want to. And yes, don't be afraid to dive deep. If you are just starting out, to be more, to take more time to think about who you are, why you are here, and so on, all those big questions, then don't be afraid to dive deep, because the brain is a very complex system, and we are also very complex beings as humans. So naturally, we shouldn't be afraid to go really deep and to discover things that maybe we haven't thought of about ourselves. But it's an interesting one, because then we can truly understand ourselves. And this way you can obviously also communicate that and learn to understand others, or maybe not take on their negative reactions to your interaction with them, that they don't affect you that much, because you realize that it's just maybe a character trait of them, that they are very easily to get angry, maybe. And maybe you can even tell them in a subtle way. You could tell them, just maybe forward them this video. No, you shouldn't, because I said that right now. So another video of me, or another video of identity change, or an article, whatever you like, and just so they can reflect on themselves. So but that would be the next step. I think the first step is to look at yourself. Okay, you should look at yourself first and not at other people and judge them. Okay, because we should judge ourselves first, not negatively. Okay, don't judge yourself like that. I mean, yes, that's also a huge problem of us humans. We like to compare ourselves and then just say, oh, I'm so bad. I don't know, like all those negative words that you say. Just judge yourself, I would say, from a neutral standpoint, and just say, okay, do I want to keep doing that or do I want to change it? And then you can evaluate that, and then you can take the next steps towards your direction that you want to go to. We do make mistakes, but this is a human thing and you shouldn't beat yourself up, okay? It's natural that we make mistakes because we learn from that. We don't live in a stagnant environment, okay? Nothing is stagnant. So a mistake is just temporary and you learn from that, and what you take from it, that is up to you. So you have the responsibility to learn from that mistake, and so you can avoid that in the future. You can also take into account external opinions, but I'm not saying that you should listen to everything other people say to you. I mean, you shouldn't just totally ignore others' opinions. Okay, that's never good. But in my opinion, you should just look at the values and beliefs of other people, and also what they might say to you or how they perceive you. That's also a big one. And then you can reflect on it and say, okay, interesting, I didn't know I seem that way in when I do that and that. So, and then you can adapt also. Maybe you thought you were just being helpful, but the person received that as being judged or something like that. So then you can talk about that and try to be with that specific person, so you know they perceive that this way, that you can be a bit more gentle or something. So you can adapt your identity also. Or you can just talk about, for me it's this way and for you it's this way. So don't, if in future that happens again, don't take it that way, because I want to treat it as this, okay? You shouldn't take those external opinions emotionally, or is very negative, and then you're just gonna end up somewhere in a depression maybe. Have an amazing day and bye!